Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So the gentleman in the corner is Victor Tiffany. Victor Tiffany was the starter or the person who created Bernie or Bust in the last campaign. He is associated now with a new organization called CFAR. CFAR or else. Actually, the plan itself is called CFAR, but the group that he's with is called Revolt Against Plutocracy. Now, I'm going to put the information below the website and everything else. But the CFAR pledge. The CFAR pledge boils down to we're sick of politicians saying one thing and doing something completely different when they get in office. And the goal is to try to nail down the responsibilities of that particular politician. Think of it from the standpoint of, look, the people themselves are sending you to do a particular job. And sending you to do this job, we want you to represent our interests. We're trying to nail you down from the standpoint of what you're going to do when you get in Congress. Or that particular position, whatever that position is. I don't care what the position is. Ultimately, you're going to represent the interests of the people who are putting you in power. Now, there's specifics to the pledge. I'm going to let Victor Tiffany give the specifics to the pledge, meaning the tenets of the pledge. But what it boils down to is trying to create some level of constraint with regards to the politician and hold that politician accountable if they don't necessarily toe that line. And beyond that, hold them accountable if they choose not to sign the pledge. Hold them accountable both ways. We're sick of people going to Congress, doing things that is not in the interest of the people who sent them to Congress. The pledge, the Bernie or Bust, all of these things have been trying to nail that point down. There needs to be consequences for bad behavior. And so Victor Tiffany will be on the show tomorrow at 4 p.m. live. We tried to talk once before. There were technical issues like nobody's business. And so I invited him to come onto the show to have a conversation and to allow him to explain Revolt Against Plutocracy. Allow him to explain CFAR. He probably can do a better job than I can. And just to chat. Have a conversation. Revolt Against Plutocracy. So that should be interesting. Bernie or Bust. I told him, I was like, look, man, my audience is probably going to love you since you're the creator of Bernie or Bust. And a lot of those people were Bernie or Busters. So he's coming to the bitter enders and have a conversation about what's taking place. I like it. I like to see for it. It put me in mind of the thing in Britain, Momentum. The way they were trying to constrain their candidates to make sure they support the agenda of Jeremy Corbyn. So I love that something like this has sprung up in the United States. And we're going to chat with Tiffany tomorrow. So 4 p.m. Eastern, live, Victor Tiffany, the guy who started Bernie or Bust, will be on the show. Join us. Thanks, guys.